go. New York Exiles kicking off to the Denver Onyx. New York Exiles in that teal and Onyx in that.
You gotta play safe, you gotta play smart and conservative.
Wonderful line out for New York to start that throw by Jesse Rius, and we're quickly deep into territory for the first time, but Onyx getting a hand on that one. They wanted to disrupt, and now both teams have.
Perfect pass from Hawkins, and Vesey just saw it slip right through her hands.
Better line out from the Exiles, right on that 22-meter line. Massive tackle. The pregame three was that Exiles cannot let Onyx get out in front early, because when they get out front, they get that momentum, and they are just deadly. Nice in Texas, really making that Texas Rugby Referee Association really proud. Done well from the Onyx, charge down on the kick. Oh, almost picked up by KB Slaughter.
Hawkins especially just being very well positioned, know exactly what to do, looking to see if they were going to counter a kickback. In the end, a kickback to the Exiles.
Eric, did get a hand on that, but it stays in the Exiles' hands. Big defense by Onyx, just keeping them.
Set!
You can hear that ferocity in that front row. It's a nice little insert. They were trying to go from. She finds Hawkins. Hawkins will have a go. That's a massive double tackle. The Exiles. Now Hawkins out to Bitter, and now a knock on by KB Slaughter, which again, we don't see today. Excuse me, it's Frick back there, or Cheeks back there hanging out behind Cunningham. Nice little miss pass. Now out to the fullback. She's got some space. Fury, the Eagle, out into the open. Looking for support. Onyx does. A little bit back and forth for New York, but here's Misha Grignot's the captain. She scored the first ever try in the WER. She's gonna score the first ever try in the WER Legacy Cup. My goodness, that is absolutely beautiful.
Just when it looked like the New York attack was gonna break because the Onyx defense was so staunch, an error for Broughton left Grignot's wide open. And then how do you stop Grignot?
And then we had a package about her that was fantastic. We learned about her family and what drives her. Conversion goes over, so New York Exiles 7-0, and Misha Grignot's, what a captain and what a leader. That's a massive tickle. And tickle, that was a tackle.
I mean, just a strong family.
Some good lineage there, athleticism, as New York will take over, and Cunningham seeing there's no one back. That's a beautiful kick. It's gonna take a couple. That one just right through the post, and now Exiles 10-0 over the favorites in this Legacy Cup. I didn't think we would be here, Bree. Back at the back foot for Waters. Johnson just gives a little shove. We're gonna go to the inside center. Feasby beats the first. They've got some space on the outside. Beautiful work on Carly Waters, though. Trap defended. Exiles under immense pressure. There's the leap over the line. The first try for the Denver Onyx. They answer back, finally.
So well, and Bailey spots that nice gap, is able to drive through with her feet.
Really stepping up here in a critical moment as we watch Mackenzie Hawkins, who's so good off the tee. She puts that one through. 3 points now, 23rd minute. Another spoil in the line out. Onyx able to get a shot. My goodness, Waters now. It's just been back and forth, and Onyx have gone from their own end all the way down, looking like free flow rugby. Carly Waters.
Finish. Look at how they were able to keep that ball alive. KB Broughton with it, then Feasby getting more meters. Waters was looking for support, but Waters was like, I know I'm gonna have to take it myself.
Hawkins pushes that one through. She also is one of the players that is tied for the most of this scrum. Robardo digging in there. Cunningham, what an offload that is. Now we've got this game for the Exiles. She's got speed behind her. Cheeks into the 5 meters. Starts with Jesse Rius at that hooker or thrower position. Bit of movement in the line. It's an overthrow, so it's picked up by Hamden at the back. She gives it to Brody. Soccer style off the edge of the boot and just pushes it through. WER Legacy Cup. This one tense as can be as the Exiles, good scrum from them, split backs Cunningham, Tordonato, Frick coming in to take that one on an inners line. Lots of movement, Ericky, that's just wonderful line out from the Onyx, but look at the pressure coming. Johnson takes it from the back. Decker now wearing that number 3 jersey, he's been really active, gets them inches away. Exiles need big defense. Hawkins is going to go to the outside. Able to just step this one in. Vesey.
Yeah, so Vesey breaks that tackle and
starting to extend that lead. 6 points now, but Hawkins has been perfect off the tee. Just as I say that, of course, pushes that one wide in her own right.
Play on.
That one didn't look straight, but we're going to play on is the call. Bitter stepping into that 10 position. Straight down the middle like a cannon, that throw. Bitter again. Looked at Johnson, but off the base. This is where Denver's really dangerous. They find Hawkins in the back door. And then again out to Nani Vesey with the fin. She's going to get a second in this match. Denver starting to run away with this one.
Look here, Hawkins with a really nice cutout pass. Oh, with the facial right there. Sorry, Sophie Frick.
Really extending that Onyx lead. Hawkins again pushing this one to the right, struggle a bit off the tee. We will go into halftime. Onyx 24-13 over the Exiles. Exiles started this game.
It's just looking at who you know sets the tone for you on the field, who sets that example, and it's right through that leadership group.
Has to be through that group, and Carrie Pick came in for the injured Geo Cruz, getting a carry on in that Onyx scrum. See if the difference fresh legs can make. There's that pressure we saw from the Exiles. Johnson has to pick it up. Nicely done by the Exiles. It's been a bit of a struggle in the lineup. About the turf, it's 80 degrees if you look at the thermometer, but the turf is going to add some temperatures. Ericky, look at the momentum of that maul. Onyx, that's a little bit different from them. They've been going off the top all day, and that is dangerous. Close to the line. There's the call from Roche of short. Forwards going to get it over the line, and Denver first to score in the second half, and they put some more air.
Driving that momentum, Exiles had no response, and then it was just quick recycling, getting that.
Now Hawkins gets another chance. She's missed a couple. That one, though, slides right through, and she's back on. Good kicking tee from her. Lou is the call. We play on, and it's into Bender Cruz's hands, who's going to just fly across the line. And my goodness, Denver's.
Oh, let's take a replay here. Oh, it was back off of Blue, even though it wasn't quite the offload, but a little bit of a dribble. Bender picks that one up.
If the Exiles can keep this, they would be the 5th time winner of, if you count the W. Hawkins puts that one through. Hawkins goes right off the shoulder. Big tackle coming in. Before this match started, hasn't gotten one today, but typically is one of the potent scorers on the side as she picks up that line-out ball. Still going somehow, doing the NFL move where if my knee's not down, I'm not. Nice long line out. They're going to go to the maul again. Exiles do a little bit better to stop it right from the start, so Hall will pull it out. Bender Cruz scores here. Exiles get a push. It's Johnson from the back. Cheeks does well to stop her, but is she over the line? Short comes the call from Roche. Little shovel out. There's another try for the Onyxes there. He just
over the field. We get a replay. Look, Johnson gets stopped short of that one. Good efforts from Cheeks and Minahan, and then you heard Tavo demanding that ball because she knew that she had.
She's just a really important player in the line-out. She plays a lot of defense as well, but getting one on the points here. And Hawkins, another one, big kick. Right down the middle of the barrel, but it ends up with the Onyx, a miscue on the jump.
This season, really enjoyed watching her play today.
Yeah, rising star for sure.
Play on, Pink had a hand on it. Good turn.
Really committed to this league, moved all the way across country from Washington State just for the opportunity to play in this league. So, just a great story for her.
Good hands by Owens, gets it to Cheeks. I agree with you. I think a little bit of kicking could just change things. Little push from the Exiles again, but it's out the back for the Onyx. Out to Vesey, who scored 2 already. Just drops right in front of Vesey. Cheeks is up with it. There comes the call from Roche that it's a good contest. Now again, Cheeks ends up with it. She's looking for support. She's got to go to the corner herself. Good cover tackle. Haven't scored for quite a bit of time.
Happy with that.
Went short with it.
Last foot.
And now
Back
Exiles
up.
have taken over. Onyx trying to get in there and stop this attack. Pookie still going. A little bit dominant. That one slices right through Johnson's feet. Minahan kicking it through. It is going to dribble into touch as replacement hooker wearing number 16. Nice long line out. It's going to end up in Misha Greenyot's hands. The captain, what an offload from the deck. Now Exiles looking like they could do some damage. At least get some points on the board and bring that scoreline a little bit closer possibly.
And they've been more successful with that than with what they've showed in the last 20 minutes.
Especially when they go to Cheeks, it seems like Cheeks is not afraid to get up in the air. Exiles do their own maul.
That's
a change of tactics in these lineouts.
I can text Wayne.
Slow moving submitting. Denver went up first, so they have a little bit of a
jump contest.
Open.
But not translating to points.
Bitter into the open. Another young Eagle that's really stepped into a position of leadership and done well with this Onyx side. Nice off
with the execution, getting things done in the right ways.
Still a little bit of time to go as Denver goes to the maul one more time. Pulling it out from the back, it gets into, but Denver Onyx will take the first ever championship in the women's professional era. A little bit more quick off the top. Minahan down to Owens, finding O'Neal, nice line, and then back to Hawkins. There's the 50-point line. Mackenzie Hawkins, she's been great off the tee, just a couple misses.
This way, just shaking off defenders left and right.
Officially crossed that 50-point line. That one will score line 53-13. Denver Onyx, the first ever champions in the women's professional rugby season. And they did get Shabbat with the Gatorade, with the